Throughout the history of art, inspiration for a lot of artists seemed to stem from the female body. An artist who specialized in painting women and women's bodies was French painter William Adolphe Bouguereau. Born in the year 1825, Bouguereau came from a family of olive oil and wine merchants. His talent began to show during his high school years, and he was sent to the School of Fine Arts in Bordeaux not too long after. He then went on to study academic-style painting at the studio of François-Edouard Picot. He was recognized by the academic art community as one of the greatest painters in the world. A few famous artists such as French Impressionist Edgar Degas and French painter Claude Monet thought highly of Bouguereau. With such a heavy focus on the female body, Bouguereau created many pieces throughout the 19th century that showcased women. One of the pieces I viewed for this project was a young girl defending herself against Eros, created in the year 1880. I viewed this painting in the online Getty Museum collection. Along with his fascination with the female body, he also used mythological themes in his work. This painting portrays a nude woman pushing away Eros, otherwise known as Cupid, the god of love. The color scheme of the painting is very minimal and natural. However, it plays a significant role in how the painting is viewed. We can see that the cloth on the young woman's lap is a somewhat vibrant color compared to the rest of the piece. The color of the cloth directs the viewer's attention to the middle of the painting. This dark turquoise color can hold different meanings. According to award-winning designer Jennifer Bourne, the color turquoise was associated with protection from harm and negative energy. It also associated with the meanings of feminine, emotional balance, and love. Personally, I feel that the cloth is there to represent her protection from Eros. The woman's nudity and the fact that she is pushing Eros away can represent that she is in a vulnerable state. Not to mention the cloth is covering her genital area. The lines in the work are neat and precise. We can see that the woman is sitting on what looks like a concrete-like bench. The lines of the bench also draw in the viewer's eyes to the cloth that is covering this woman. As for the lighting of the painting, it is well lit. The background of the painting along with the light makes it seem like it took place midday. For my second art piece, I chose a sculpture by Belgian surrealist artist René Magritte, titled La Folie de Grandeur, also known as Megalomania. I viewed this piece on the online Getty Museum collection. Magritte was said to be one of the best surrealist artists of all time. Born in the year 1898, Magritte came from a tough background. With the event of his mother dying from suicide, he came to find comfort in books, films, and paintings. Years later, he attended the Royal Academy of Fine Arts in Brussels, where he learned emerging styles of art such as Cubism and Futurism, which significantly altered the direction of his work. After marrying longtime friend Georgette Berger, Magritte decided to dive into surrealism. He spent several years being a painter, however, he moved on to other things nearing the end of his life. He wanted to create several of his past art pieces into sculptures. Even though he passed away before these sculptures became finalized, they are still pieces of art that should be discussed. Created in 1967, the sculpture Megalomania includes the top portion of the female body, the mid portion, and the pelvic area. The sculpture ranges in different sizes, starting with the top portion as the smallest and the bottom portion as the biggest. The sculpture is a solid bronze color. Compared to the original version of this piece, which was a painting, the color of the sculpture is more neutral. In the original version, each part of the body is a slightly different shade. Personally, I think the different shades and sizes represent various women and their bodies. Before his death, Magritte created sketches that turned into wax models for the sculpture. He also made several adjustments to the wax models. That being said, the lines on the sculpture are intentional. Magritte added the right amount of definition to each portion of the body. Each line and curve has a purpose. Without this amount of detail, the bodies would just be random shapes. Even though there is no light in this piece itself, there is lighting that shines upon the sculpture. In this picture specifically, the lighting that reflects off of the sculpture highlights the different parts of the body. For example, we can see that the light shining off of the thighs, the abdomen, and the breasts. The glare of the light draws attention to the prominent parts of the body, making the sculpture stand out. Both works of art have something to say about the female body, whether it be about keeping it to yourself or embracing it. I feel that these pieces are significant to our understanding of the world around us. I interpreted Bouguereau's piece as a woman who does not want to fall in love or be lusted over. In a way, it seems that she is holding on to her peace by not letting the god of love strike her with his arrow. I interpreted Magritte's piece as appreciation towards the female body and the many different sizes and shapes it comes in. Most women can relate to either conclusion. As a woman myself, I can relate to each art piece and enjoy them both.